I'm quite certain you could actually come up with a list as long as both arms of things that your family could do to raise funds to spend on food and preparedness supplies, maybe sleeping bags, emergency source of heat, things of that nature. And there are other videos more towards the beginning of this channel on fundraising ideas. I can't even remember what it's called, but if you if you skim through the first couple pages of topics, it's got to be there someplace. After a while, it all turns into a blur. But things such as delivering phone books. The tree money does grow on trees when the leaves fall because you can make decent money doing leaf removal. All you really have to have is a leaf blower, or all you really need is rakes and a tarp. Um, if your community has a leaf pickup at the curb, otherwise you're going to need the paper sacks or whatever they use for composting, whatever your community does. But leaf removal there's definitely some money to be made in that. You could have your own family bake sale. You could do pet sitting. You could do babysitting. You could have a movie night. Um, did I mention phone book delivery already? Anyways, there's lots of ideas on whichever other video that is. But if you sit down with your family and come up with a list of ideas, you could even have a car wash, or of course you have to follow your local municipality um, ordinances and laws. But I just hate to see funds stand in the way because uh, there are so many ways to turn pretty quick money. Really, there's often you could hire yourself out as an organizing crew. You could get some of your kids' friends together with their parents' permission and pay the kids part of the money and do like hire yourself out. People pay good money to have someone come in and clean out their basement and donate what needs to be donated, or you could start yourself a really cool business where you go in and clean and organize people's things, and then if they will, uh, you could reduce your fee if they will give you some of the, if it's any worth any money at all, if they will give you the things that you have decluttered, and then you could have uh, a garage sale or a yard sale or an estate type sale, or um, just lots of cool things you can do. You could collect from 8 different families. You could collect their refuse, chairs, appliances, toys, clothing, whatever, and have the sale and take the proceeds from both and spend it all on preparedness. A little goes a long ways, and especially now the prices that I pay for the stuff that I buy are not outrageous. There's nothing that I can think of that I buy right now that I think is terribly priced. It might be in a year or two. It might be in 6 months from now, but right now I don't mind paying the prices I'm paying, and I have favorite stores that I go to. I go to a grocery no frills type. I think Canada actually has a store named No Frills, but I go to a low cost grocery chain. It's Aldi, ALDI. I shop at Dollar General a lot. I shop at Dollar General a lot because I have one close by. Uh, I have shopped a lot at Dollar Tree, just a lot of places. I don't do a lot of stores. I don't do anymore because I don't have the stamina to get through the stores, so I shop at the smaller stores. But think of a project and make a list and pick one that's fits your family well. Maybe you have an artist in the family that could do artwork. You could have an art sale. Um, you could have a concert and charge a couple bucks for tickets, and then charge $1 for popcorn or drinks or whatever. We have had, this was not a fundraiser, but we used to have fireworks shows in our backyard, and we had a good time doing that. All kinds of things you could do. The list is limitless. You could teach skills that you are adept at. You could do tutoring. Uh, I think the one about cleaning out basements and closets and things would be a really good one. People really will pay for that. They really will pay for that service. So Pick something that's not going to end up being $2 an hour for your labor. You know, make sure you're going to make decent money off of it. If there's no sense in doing it, you're just going to get a very discouraged family with very bare shelves. Not what you're looking for. You know, not want to get the kids frustrated, that's for sure. So think of something that will turn a decent buck. And you could even do gift wrapping or gift shopping closer to the holidays. You could, for people who don't have access to a computer, older people who don't have access to a computer, and if they have trouble getting to the store, you could order grocery items from them. There's several different retailers on the internet. There's 3 that I have ordered from before. Very happy with the products and service. Some of them are pricier than others. Some of them have a better selection. You can even order frozen and refrigerated foods from some of them. So do a little research, and you could have a service where you order things in for elderly people so that they come right to their door. You could have a service where you go in and remove all the trash weekly and put it on the curb for elderly people. And the services that you provide, particularly for the elderly, I feel that's a bonus to the elderly, to the community, and so forth. My dad and his wife are just currently going to have to downsize their home and move into some kind of a senior facility because of health issues. And so when the time comes that people need to hire those things out, it's a real blessing to have somebody to do that. You can have a custom shopping service where you actually go to the store and purchase the things. That's not one of the, would not be something on my list. You could have a service where you provide fresh baked goods on Saturday morning and deliver them. You could do whole ground, whole wheat baked goods and deliver those on whatever day you choose. It's just a limitless number of things that you can do to raise funds, but don't let money stand in your way because there is money out there to be made, and it's not that difficult. You just have to choose an idea. I just gave you a bunch, but find that other video. It's got more ideas. And there was a really cute little book called Better Than a Lemonade Stand, I think it was called, by a young man that thought of ideas that teens and preteens could use to make money, funds for their own use. And every dollar that your teenagers earn for their own supplies and their own wants is a dollar that stays in your bank account, hopefully. Something that you can do with that dollar too. So God bless your efforts to prepare. Make a list. Check it twice so you can eat more than just beans and just rice, because there's not too much in this world. It sounds less appealing to me than eating beans and rice without a whole lot of variety. Please don't do that. If you're a person who likes mashed potatoes, buy a little rice, buy some mashed potato flakes, get yourself some powdered milk or canned milk, so on and so forth, and a muffin recipe. And try out my donut recipe, 86 donuts and 86 holes. It's tons of fun. Last year, a little girl in town that I am very fond of, she's a friend of their family's a friend of my family, and it was the night before school was to begin. I blew it last night because I didn't think of something to do for her last night, but I showed up at the door unexpectedly. I think I might have called the mom and said, could I have a few minutes if I come over? And I had a little tiny batch of donut dough made up in a little tiny pan, put a little bit of oil in the bottom of it, and we fried donuts for the kids to eat before they went to bed that night. So that was kind of fun. Costs next to nothing. Doesn't have to cost much. God bless your efforts to prepare. Bye for now.